All right, y'all, welcome back. So we're in the garage. If you watched the last episode with the camping fail, I mentioned what we were gonna do on this, but we're gonna do what's called the NorCal mod. And the purpose behind this is to trim the back of these fenders up. You gotta do a little bit of metal trimming, and I'm gonna replace those with some new fender liners because these are beat up. But basically you just do a little bit of cutting under here and you fold that up. I don't rub a ton, but I do rub a little bit. So it's time to just get that taken care of. Kyle's come out to give me a hand with this. So I'll show you guys one side and then we're gonna knock out the other one. It's fairly simple. We've watched a few YouTube videos on it. But we might do a little bit of cutting. We're gonna bang on it with a hammer. I have some spray paint so we can paint over everything. And I think I've got a couple of self-tapping screws because we might need to use those to pull that fender liner back up in there. But yeah, it's just for when I'm at full lock in a turn, it can rub a little bit. So we're gonna get into this and hopefully we don't screw anything up too much. More. There you go. Maybe not. Might have to go up one. I hate this jack, y'all. It's like no letting it down slow. Maybe since it's so cold, it is. See? It is a horrible ass jack.
Your tires are off in there.
Yeah, it's all
Conk.
Yeah, I dislike it.
Time for harvest freight run.
Exactly. I keep telling myself I'm just gonna go buy one, then I get there and it's like, so I really need to spend $300 today.
Yeah, true.
You know, it works, I just can't use it. All right, so we did just run to the car wash. It's a little wet and whatnot under here, but you can see the damage a little bit better as to what's happened. Like you can see that the tires rubbed on here and just barely rubbed on this part of the flare. But now that it broke this plastic and this plastic is bent forward, it has a tendency to grab it more often. And it obviously broke a chunk of it off right here. So we need to start by removing the flare because the flare holds the fender liner in. So we're gonna pull this flare off and we'll get the whole fender liner out and go from there. All right, we're gonna see how crusty it is behind that flare.
Ready?
Yeah. That ain't bad.
Bad at all.
We'll wipe that down a little bit. You guys can obviously see where that flare was at, but they sealed up fairly well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll clean this off a little bit before we stick it back on there. And I'll spray some oil on there just to help protect everything, but it's really not terrible. You can see the line right there where the old flares were at. So you can see how much larger these were. But all right, let's get this fender liner out. All right, so here we are with the liner taken out. What we're basically, I think, gonna do is we'll cut this off with the grinder, and then this can be bent up. We'll also probably bend this pinch weld over a little bit so we can push it all back in there. And then what we'll do is take a self-tapping screw, I think I have some, and we'll just run it in there to hold it back. We'll paint what we cut and whatnot. But yeah, you guys can see where it rubbed at right there. There are some body mounts and stuff in here. I haven't had any issue with any of that stuff. But yeah, we're just gonna hack this off. I'll grab my grinder with a cutoff wheel. We'll get that and we'll just hammer it up. It's a pretty simple mod to do, but you gotta get in here and hack at it. All right, got my safety glasses, guys. Don't have any ear pro right now, but we're fine. We're gonna cut here, and then along this pinch weld, like right in the middle. So we're gonna take this chunk off. Loud noises, it's probably pretty close. Or heel nose because other fucking pliers are at the house. Guess they do have a bunch of junk in the back of the truck too.
Oh, yeah, you go.
There we go. I don't even know if I would cut the pinch weld. You
I
weren't
like
rubbing the way it
no.
was. You're not running ridiculous offset wheels. So.
Yeah, I think we'll just pound that up.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. Some of these guys will cut this pinch weld, like they'll put a couple slits in it and then you can bend the pinch weld over if you really need the room. But since I was barely rubbing on here, we're just gonna bend this back into that and that'll gain us, you know,
about an inch, yeah.
Yeah. We'll pound this in a little bit too.
Yep.
All right. Grab my mallet.
Sure.
Good.
Yep. Good enough.
That's probably all we need, y'all.
With that tab flatten it out, that makes sense on where they they use the set screw.
Yeah, you can. We'll stick a screw right into this guy. I think that's probably enough. Like, just make sure it's good and flat. So we didn't come out and do anything on the edge. It's still going to give us that sweep, and fingers crossed that's all we need. And I don't break another set of fender liners, y'all. But a new set of fender liners is $60 right now. This truck is so old, things are starting, some of this stuff is getting cheaper, but it's all made in Taiwan now, so. All right. We're gonna wipe this down a little bit just to get some of this crust off, and we'll throw some white paint on here. See if I have some self-tappers. I've gotta have something.
If not, we got my truck and back in.
So much paint just coming off.
Look at all the rust that came out of it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. But I got almost 500 horsepower.
Yeah.
All right, we bent that one up. We did the same thing to the other side, but I've got this perfect match. It's supposed to be the same thing, although I think mine's supposed to be Summit white, and this is Olympic white. I don't know. It should be right. We're just gonna toss some paint on this just because we did cut it and it's obviously lost a lot of paint on here, but look at where we're at anyways. We're just, you know, we ain't doing much. Ah, that's horrible.
It's cold, I bet.
Yeah. Got a little bit out here. Sure. We might give that a second coat, but we've got to run to town and grab some self-tappers because I don't have any here. So, all right, we'll do the other side quick.
Let's record this. It's right here.
Should have filmed over here because I'm left-handed, but I was trying to bash this with my right hand, and it looked absolutely ridiculous. But
Good enough.
good enough. All right, we grabbed some bigger self-tappers out of here, 14 by 1. Kyle's got to grab a couple of things for his rig. But local hardware store coming in clutch. Kyle's got himself a new Tacoma. Copyright. New Tacoma. It's pretty nice, y'all. I dig it. He's got an exhaust on here already. Now I guess I'll show you guys the outside. He's got a pretty cool topper on here and a big old rooftop tent. Yeah, I don't think I haven't shown you guys this one. You guys have seen his other truck. He's still got the blue Frontier, but this thing is pretty rad. Is it TRD Sport?
Yeah, TRD Sport. Yeah, 24. Yup. It's technically the company truck, but it's my daily. So it's our new R&D / Expo vehicles. So
You're gonna bring, you got springs and everything for the stuff available?
Yeah, springs on it right now.
Yeah, check out All Dogs Off-Road. I'll leave a link down below as usual, but the hood's neat. I like the big power bulge in the hood. It's got a turbocharger on there, and then the cool little JBL speaker that pops out. So you can take that out when you're at like a campsite or whatever you're doing. You can use that. But when you've got it plugged in, it actually plays through the stereo in the truck, so you have a center speaker. So that's kind of neat. But we're gonna get headed back. I'll show you guys the outside of this truck when we get there. All right, we made it back. Look at that green. I dig that green, y'all. Got 35 black Rhino wheels, 35-inch Kendas, and then yeah, he's got this rack on the back. So if you guys have seen his blue Frontier in any of the other videos, it has this quad rack on it, but their new thing are these panels that you can add in. So that's like an upgrade to the regular one, and you can do that on any of them.
Well, for now it's just this one, but they will be eventually available for all of them. But yeah, so it's a full panel kit, makes it a topper. And then if you want, so like I have a bike rack on my Frontier. I think this summer, like these doors are removable, so I'll probably take a door off and put a full molly in there. That way I can carry my bike, but then have still the security of the topper with the ability to carry it. But yeah.
And he got this cool tailgate like mounted. Is that a 270 on it?
I can actually open. You wanted to look at it anyways.
Yeah.
I have a 270 on my Frontier, and I took it off. It's too bulky. This is a 180 for free.
180, okay.
It's meant for tailgate, like above the tailgate, so it's compact.
This would be something cool on my rig, because then it could cover the back end. You could still kind of use it. Sorry if there's a little wind noise. I'm using my phone out here, but yeah, it's cool.
So it's super compact.
So it comes straight out this side, like you guys can kind of see how it does, and then this side will be the same way.
Yep.
Shablam, shablam.
So it's way more compact. It's super easy to put away, and then it's got lights in it and everything. So
Yeah, that's neat. Oh yeah, there's a light strip in there.
on each side, yeah.
I dig that. We might have to look at something like that for the Silverado. I think that would be cool to have over the tailgate for sure. Yeah, I dig that.
And it goes way easier than a 270 does.
And this is, it's all self-supporting. Like you don't have to, does it have supports?
Holes, but I don't think they're necessary. It does come with them though. They do send them with it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like some of those, the 270 or the big ones, like they seem so heavy that this one seems a lot lighter.
And like I said, we'll test it out at the expo this weekend or next week that we're going to. But
Yeah, if you guys are down in the Florida area, you guys are going to be down there at, what is it called?
Save Expo, Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo or something like that.
When is it?
March. It's next Thursday through Friday through Sunday.
Well, I guess
It's in Stark, Florida.
this video is coming out on Thursday, so the day this comes out, these guys will be down in Florida. If you're in the area, you can go see this truck. They will have it down there.
Yeah.
But all right, we're gonna get back inside and get my junk finished up. All right, we gave these each side a couple sprays of paint, a couple of coats, and other than that, I think we're ready. We're gonna use those self-tappers to just attach it right there. We need to trim the front part of the liner up here, but everything else should be good. I don't I can't tell if that's ever, I don't think it's ever rubbed right there. I did do a little bit of trimming here the first time around, if you guys remember the video when I put the wider wheels on, but yeah, we're gonna basically just slice off the front of these things, which we'll probably do after we install it. I think we can just use the grinder and cut off wheel, and that way we can make sure we gotta get a straight line, but we're just gonna slap the liner back in. That's about the gist of banging on this thing for as much room as I think we're gonna need.
You know, say which one's which here. This is the...
That should be...
passenger side.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may just hold this view and push one in.
There's a little push clips in here. Let's see. Oh shit. I can't even see what you're doing in there.
Alright, they're at least in there. This one's not. Okay, we're good. I think those are it, right? Yep.
Yeah, alright.
Good.
Oh, it's the clips. The screws go on with the flare.
Okay.
These, do we got, can you see where those clips were at, I think?
What? Oh, yeah,
Two
yeah.
clips.
Yeah, one goes.
And then we got the screw for this front washer bottle. This big boy. Okay.
Yep.
Fitment's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's what you expect from some cheaper flare. But
Yeah. Reproduction junk.
like this holds off here.
A little bit.
And it's whatever.
Yeah.
It work. Doesn't fit the
All right. Well, wonder if we'll even need to. Like, there's a hole right here. That's. Does it? How does that line up?
When you use the.
Well, we can run a couple of screws in so it's lined up in there.
Yeah, let's just throw the screws in that hold it in there.
There's those. Four.
And then we can
grab the bit.
Are we missing a clip here?
Maybe.
I mean, technically, all I really need is these bottoms here. I think we'll be good. Where's it meant to go? We can always modify that to make stuff work.
Yeah, no, I'm not super worried about it as long as it stays in and doesn't rub everywhere.
Because it's like, right. I mean, even if you didn't use that hole and you just went through, who cares?
Yeah, we'll just go through it. I was hoping that it would line up right there.
It's like right on the edge, so it would work temporarily, but I don't know if it would work long term. I'll hold this here, that way it's kind of where it needs to be. And I mean, you can always do that later too, it's not. There you go.
Put some muscle into it, Mike. Yeah. God. Yeah. This has if you guys can see, there's a little bit of lip on the bottom of this. But we'll put the fender flare back on and see what happens with that. And go lock to lock and see how that works before we trim that. But we might just cut like a 1/2 inch off the bottom of this one. Or I could maybe just put a heat gun on it and bend it backwards. See if I can deform it.
I would just cut it.
Yeah. All right, we got to trim the front end of this. We're just marking out a line that's relatively straight.
Straight-ish.
As I move it.
And
As long as I can see it while I'm using the cutoff wheel. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
oh, that thing literally bolts into the washer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've never had it hit, but Brock has told me, he's like, I've seen so many trucks that come into my shop for things that their washer tank is just busted.
Oh, I can believe that.
They've hit it so many times.
We're gonna hold it.
I guess I don't really need safety squints for this probably, but. Straight-ish. Close enough.
Good enough.
It's good for my house.
Always grab liquid rubber and it's like, why is that so hard?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can see that this is the washer fluid tank. And I've never hit that with the tire. So, I mean, we don't need that much clearance up here, but I don't want this hanging down and breaking. Do you think we should trim this that edge off here? Point itself pretty. All right, this side's done. We've got it all clearanced out, and you guys can kind of see maybe how that pushes back a little bit. We'll check it. I'm a little worried that bolt head's kind of big, but we'll check that. I guess if you guys can see as we were pounding on that, look at all the rust that fell out of there. The passenger side is even worse.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get the passenger side knocked out. It's a copy of what we did over here, but as you guys can see, we got that all fixed, and we're just gonna trim that front, screw that in. But yeah, look at all this rust that fell out as we were banging on it. Like, look at these chunks, boy. It's all just falling out of here. Yeah, these are plastic too, if you guys didn't watch that episode, because my rockers are full of holes. There's the bottom of my door. Like I said, this thing looks 10 times better on camera than it does in real life. It's crusty, but it gets me to where I need to go. All right, we're gonna get this other side knocked out and I'll get back to you. Yeah. That's what I was wondering, if I can adjust the.
Replace the thing. Like, replace it. That wasn't terrible. Still a drop though.
Yeah, it's like.
It's unnecessary.
When you're just letting the car down, it doesn't matter, but when you're trying to put something on jack stands, sketchy.
Yeah.
Don't buy a jack from Walmart, guys. I made the mistake so you don't have to. I'm gonna put her in neutral just so it's probably kind of bound up the first bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
So just to let her settle a bit. I think I'm gonna have to turn it on, turn the wheel.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll just be loud.
Yeah.
got all the room in the world up front. You got probably 3/4 of an inch out back here. I can, if you want to come up here, I can. Yeah, you're good right there. Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, way more room. Way more room. If I hit a hard bump, that thing might still touch. But
Yeah, maybe. You can always trim as you need.
yeah, but I can go lock in a parking lot now and not grab that fender.
We can check the other side too if you want quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got even more room over here, so. Sweet.
Well, I think for this video, that's it. A fairly simple mod. You need some tools to do it. You know, if you're going to do this, you're obviously not worried about cutting on your truck or doing something like that. Sometimes it's necessary. Like, this is a 35-inch tire. Kyle's truck has 35-inch tires on it, and he has an 1.5 inch, 2 inch?
1.5 inch, yeah.
1.5 inch of lift. And I'm sitting on like 7-ish inches now with everything. But that's because Chevy hasn't figured out that you don't put a round peg into a square hole. But it is what it is. It's something I should have done a while back, but we've got plenty of room now. So I'm not sure what we're going to do for the next video, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Big thanks to Kyle for coming over and giving me a hand. Like I said, I'll leave the All Dogs Off-Road link down in the description if you guys want to check out the parts they have for sale and things like that. And as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. We'll see you in a bit.